Halo, selamat datang di channel Yayan. Di sini kalian bisa menikmati berbagai cerita-cerita bahasa Inggris. Jangan lupa untuk pencet tombol subscribe dan like dan share, ya. Agar kalian selalu mendapatkan cerita terbaru. Terima kasih. Hi guys, welcome to Yayan. Now I'll be reading The Runaway Princess. The Runaway Princess. Chapter 1, The Happy King. There was once a happy king. He lived with his queen and her little sister in a magnificent mountain palace. The palace was filled with treasures and wonders. The most wonderful of all, he could turn straw. He was a magic donkey who could turn straw into gold. But the king's happiness did not last, for his dear queen fell ill. The doctor said she didn't have long to live. Promise me something, she begged her husband. Anything, vowed the king. Don't marry again, she whispered, until you find a wife as good as me. And then she died. Now the king's heart grew cold as the years went by. People begged him to remarry. Who will rule after you? You need a child. But he always refused. There is no one as good as my queen, he snapped, and he grew. And so he grew old and cruel with only Anna, the queen's sister, for company. Chapter 2, A Proposal. Princess Anna was much younger than the queen, but she grew up just as beautiful and even more kind. Even the king noticed how lovely she was. Now I can keep my promise, he decided. I shall marry you. Anna's heart sank. She couldn't marry this cruel old man, but she was too afraid to marry him, but to tell him. Then she had an idea. I'll set him an impossible task. I could never marry without a dress as beautiful as the sky, she said. The king snapped his fingers. Fetch my best dressmakers, he ordered. That night the king gave Anna a dress of shimmering blue embroidered with a silky kilt. Now you can marry me. Anna thought quickly. Not without a dress as beautiful as the moon, she replied. Again the king snapped his fingers. Get those dressmakers back here, he said. The next day there was a dress of shiny silver trimmed with glowing moonstones. Now you can marry me. Not without a dress as beautiful as the sun, pleaded the poor princess. So the fingers snapped his fingers again. No. The next day there was a dress of glittering gold scattered with scarlet rubies. No! Anna was in despair. There was one more thing, she pleaded. I'd like a cloak of donkey skin, and not from an old and not any old skin. It must be from a magic donkey. He'd never harm his donkey. The next day the king presented Anna with a shaggy donkey skin cloak. Oh no, poor donkey. We'll be married tomorrow, he told her. And about her head, there's only one thing to do. You have to do, she decided. Run away! When the king was in bed, she bundled up her dresses, put on the cloak, and crept downstairs. Then she smeared her face with ash and disappeared into the night. Now I'll never have to see him again. Chapter 3, Princess Donkey Skin. No one took any notice of the shaggy girl In the donkey skin coach, she walked on and on, far beyond the king's hands, until she came by a farmhouse by a forest. The farmer's wife looked courteously at Anna. "What's your name?" she asked. Anna didn't answer. "I'll call you Donkey Skin," laughed the woman. "If you're looking for work, we need a girl to look after the geese." Donkey Skin worked hard. The farmer and his wife grew very fond of her. They never guessed that Goose Girl was a runaway princess. Sometimes as she herded the geese, Anna heard hunting horns in the forest. One day she spotted a handsome prince among the trees. She gazed shyly at the prince, then she looked sadly at her tattered cloak. "If only I could be a princess again." That evening she hid in her room and took out her sky blue dress. The princess was riding home when he spotted the farmhouse. I'll stop and ask for a drink," he decided. One of the windows glowed with a mysterious blue light. Inside, the prince saw a girl in a shimmering blue dress. "She's as beautiful as the sky," he thought, using his heart to her. Suddenly, he felt too shy to knock. He rode slowly back to his castle, dreaming about the mysterious girl. Who was she? The next day, the prince sent a messenger to the farm, but there was no sign of a girl in a sky blue dress. Chapter 4: A Cake and a Ring. The prince sent out messengers far and wide. None of them could find the mystery girl. Hoping against hope, the prince rode back to the farm. This time a silver light shined from one of the windows. His heart leaped. Could it be the girl was in the kitchen, dressed in shining silver? "She's as beautiful as the moon," sighed the prince. He knocked eagerly, then opened the door. Quick as a flash, Anna hid, leaving a cake cooling on the table. It smelled so good the prince couldn't help taking a bite. It was deliciously sweet and soft, and then his teeth crunched on something hard. Ouch! He spat at a tiny gold ring. "It's hers," he realized. "It must have fallen off while she was cooking." The ring gave the prince an idea. He galloped back to his castle to make a royal decree. "I'll marry the girl whose finger fits this ring." Hundreds of girls came to try the ring, from countesses, chambermaids. It didn't fit any of them. Anna stood at the back of the great hall, wrapped in the donkey skin cloak. "Is there anyone else?" asked the prince eventually. "There's that girl in the shabby cloak," laughed a quarter. "You don't want to marry her?" The prince looked into Anne's eyes. "Let her try the ring," he insisted. The quarter frowned. Anna held out her hand. The ring was a perfect fit. "Will you marry me?" asked the prince. "Yes," said Anna, letting the cloak slip from her shoulders. Everyone gasped. Her dress shone with gold and rubies, filling the hall with light. But her golden hair and rosy cheeks shone even brighter. "She's as beautiful as the sun," sighed the quarters. The prince smiled at Anna. "I knew I'd find you," he whispered happily. The wedding was held a few days later. The prince invited royal guests around the world. Anna invited the kind farmer and his wife. Anna told the guests her whole story. "But now I'll never run away again," she finished, gazing joyfully at her prince. By thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and go to my channel to see more videos. Bye!